Welcome to Two Labs Garage and Aaron's Journey on Hot Rod Power Tour. Calling this day 0 even though it's actually 2 days, and it is my trip down. Drive down, stop at Gaffney, South Carolina for the night. From there I pick up and I head on to Spartanburg and then to Atlanta. Now I'm doing all this in the past tense because I originally filmed a little promo intro thing, and let me just say, it did not age well. So I just decided, heck, I'm just going to reshoot it. And I'll just say it's because I thought I was going to release a bunch of short while I was on Power Tour. I don't think I released a single one. And so I was going to stop at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. And I'll just give you a little spoiler. That didn't happen. I ran out of time. But anyway, join me. We're getting ready to head down to Atlanta to begin Hot Rod Power Tour. With a 1980 F100, this will be my first power tour, my first attempt at a long haul. Love you, babe. I'm gonna miss having you. Gonna miss you, gonna miss the girls. And can't wait to see you in a week. Love you. Another stop here in South Hill, Virginia, Sunoco station. Mainly stopped because gas is cheaper in Virginia than North Carolina. However, I also decided to run my mileage, and I had to do the calculations 3 times because I couldn't believe it. 25 miles to the gallon out of a loaded full-size truck. Granted, it's all highway, but 17, 18 I think is the most I ever remember getting out of this. But I got 25. I took a picture of the odometer, make sure everything was right. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Evidently the fan really draws a lot. Now, I've noticed the electric fan is only coming on when I'm in like stop and go traffic or I stop. As long as I'm moving, they're not needed. So anyway, good so far, 100 miles in. Well, encountered my first problem. I'm in Mebane, North Carolina. And at highway speeds, it's wanting to shutter and not run right. It's doing fine at low speeds. So I'm thinking the fuel pump may be on the fritz. So I've Googled, I'm gonna see if I can't find no Riley's up the road here. And I might have to put a clicky-clacky on here right from the get-go, but whatever. Just gotta get back on the road, make some time. Arlington, North Carolina. Not really where I wanted to be. Pretty sure what we got going on here is a fuel pump on the fritz. So I'm gonna have to get this clicky-clacky in here and working. I'm gonna run right here where it's got a good ground. It's a little ways away from the heat. Get off my bug. Alright, 28 minutes, I said it'd be done in 10. Well, I got it wired up, the switch does run it, got the hoses out of the way of the fan and away from the exhaust, so God, I hope this works, because I do not need any more problems. I don't need any more budget hits. Alright, let's test it. Well, hopefully that was long enough to run the gas out of the carburetor that was in the bowls. I don't know. I guess send it and hope for the best. Wow, what a day. I have successfully somehow made it to Gaffney, South Carolina. My planned hotel room for the night. Gonna meet up with some people in the morning in Spartanburg, which is like 10, 15, 20 miles down the road. Not too far. Then we're gonna convoy the rest of the way in. I wish I could say that my first day, 2 days before my trip down, was uneventful, but it wasn't. Got the fuel pump changed and had an issue with the carburetor, and while I had the top off the carburetor, I managed to lose a spring, and I couldn't find anything wrong. I put it back together and just prayed that I could run it without the spring. Didn't give me any more trouble. So anyway, hopefully tomorrow will be less drama. Hopefully the rest of the trip will be less drama. If it's like this every day, this will be the only time I ever do power tour. But I'm not gonna let it get me down. I mean, it could have been worse. I was able to limp it into an AutoZone and get what I needed. Yeah, I knew earlier I said I was going to O'Reilly's, but I had O'Reilly's in the GPS. I came upon an AutoZone and I said, alright, beggars aren't going to be choosers, so I'm going to take the first one I can get. And the people there were super friendly and very helpful, and they looked the other way on no repairs in the parking lot policy, and so I thank them. So anyway, I'm going to call it night at the Sleep Inn in Gaffney, South Carolina. Really happy with the hotel so far. Clean. It's next to the interstate, but I can't hear the cars going up and down the road. Well lit. Have a pool, but I got here too late to enjoy that. And obviously I didn't make the NASCAR Hall of Fame. So I'm going to hope for good things tomorrow, and I'll see y'all then.
The next day.
Time to begin day 2. Getting ready to leave the hotel. Got a group up in Spartanburg, which I think is about 20 minutes away. Leaving at about 8 o'clock. So I guess unofficially power tour begins for me today. Gotta hope that today's travels are far less eventful than yesterday's. And I'll do some video and all along the way. But I'm also gonna kind of put the camera down some and just enjoy the trip. So anyway, I hope to meet a lot of y'all today and throughout the rest of the week. And let's head off to Spartanburg, home of David Pearson and Bud Moore. Alright, in Spartanburg, South Carolina. See if I can level this camera a little bit. And the gathering started. Got a group of us meeting up at the QT station. Basically, you go see what I see. Got a Mustang, a nice looking old Chevy, a gray car, I'm not sure what it is. Newer model Chevy, Camaros, a couple of them, Nova, El Camino, and a Bel Air. think I counted 19 in the convoy. And we got somebody that was good enough to drive dually truck with a flatbed trailer on the back in case anything breaks down. I mean, there's some good people in the car community. I'm kind of at a little bit of a loss of words right now. I don't know what to say, but this is something I've always wanted to do. I probably said that 100 times, but I'm saying it again. South Carolina. Pretty place. Oh, Grant, my dogs would be going nuts right now. I do miss them. Even when they get all nuts when they see water. Russell Lake. Wow, what a pretty place. Share it with y'all. Georgia State Line. Welcome to Georgia. My first time ever to Georgia. Alright, so at this point in the trip, we encountered some very heavy rains. I did not turn the camera on because I could barely see a drive the truck myself, so anyway, we got through the rain and we stopped at the first place that we could find to just pull off the road and get some lunch. I believe I just went through either Porterville or Porterdale or something like that, Georgia. Neat little place. 21 miles from McDonough. And the truck's been doing great today. We're behind the Mach 1 again. I tell you, it's been a beautiful ride. I wish I could have kept the camera on the whole time, but I mean, that'd be hours of footage, and whatnot. But anyway, just a beautiful stretch of highway here. I believe this is number 81. And I wish it wasn't raining, but not the end of the world. Truck's got wipers. So anyway, the old $500 truck is almost there. Ooh, neat Chevy on the side of the road. I think the plan is for us to rendezvous at Summit Racing and then go to the track from there. So, alright, well, I'm not a big fan of traffic circles at all, but that don't matter. It does, however, give me a good chance to get some video of the other vehicles in our convoy. Maybe, maybe not, hopefully. I'm going. Whoa. 19 miles to McDonough, 38 to Griffin. Alright, I just saw a sign that said Atlanta Motor Speedway, and that's right. That would be right here. Well, I've never been to Atlanta before. I've been to Charlotte, I've been to Martinsville, been to Richmond many times, even been to Pocono. And the way they do the roads around the track, I could tell this is, we are close. I don't know how close, but we are close. The group leader had said, oh, there it is. The group leader had said that we were going to Summit, but I see he's changed his mind. So, anyway, wow. I recognize that. I'm very excited. I can't wait to see the bacon on this place. I know some people aren't crazy about that new configuration. I love it. Honestly, I think they should have kept the old Manning's configuration, but this is actually one of my favorite tracks now. I can't really believe this. Can't hardly believe it. This truck made it to Atlanta Motor Speedway. I made it, but woo! Sorry, I had to do that. That's a lot of cars. Holy moly. That is a lot of cars. I know some of y'all probably tired of just hearing me flatten my gums, but the only way I can compare this is I feel like I'm an A-League ball player that just got caught to the majors. Skip double and triple A, just go all the way to the majors. I feel like I'm playing out of my league here, but man, it's good to be here. Catch up to my group over here. Turn off, old girl. Alright, so those beeps you heard earlier, that was not Morse code. That was something wrong with a microphone on the camera. I think maybe I didn't have it plugged in all the way, but nonetheless, it's to her souls. I've got my windshield decal on. And I'm doing my best to stabilize this. Yeah, I don't have one of those stabilizing things to the camera. I should probably get one, but as of now, I don't have one, so doing the best I can, freehanding, walking around. And also up to this point, most of my car show videos have been more of a slideshow. And well, with Power Tour, there's just so many cars that it just was not going to work. So I'm going to try a video, try to do something a little more interesting, because, and be honest with you, those are not my best videos, at least in terms of viewership. So, go try something new. I can see by looking at this, I definitely should be getting a stabilizer, but yeah. Can't do nothing about the past. Just like if I'd known that I was having microphone problems, I would have stopped and addressed them and taken care of it. But nonetheless, these are all just cars that are here to register for their long haul credentials on their Power Tour. And even the biggest car shows I've been to seldom have this many cars. You see, I take a lot of pictures of F-bodies, third-gen F-bodies. My wife, she had a Camaro at one time. Wish the thing was still around, but nonetheless, I do a lot for her because she does like those. I wouldn't mind reviving Camaro on the channel, but I need to get one first. Alright, so got the 55 coming through here, a van, Challenger. Again, I apologize for the shaking. I did try using some of the stabilization stuff on the program, and well, I wasn't impressed with that either, so I guess getting one of those stabilizers is on my to-do list. Most of the footage I do, the cameras are sitting on a stand, so I don't even think about it. Rarely do I freehand anything. And I do occasionally have a camera strapped to my head, but I've not been impressed with how that's done at shows either. Alright, so we got some Mustangs, Firebirds, a little bit of everything out here, really. It's a lot to take in, which is why I chose to do video this time instead of pictures. So, anyway, one thing I would like to ask y'all is if you see yourself, your vehicle or whatever in here, please tag yourself. And if you also run a YouTube channel, tag yourself and put the time of which you appear in here, and I'll update the description periodically and put y'all's name in it. Try to help my fellow YouTubers out a little bit. And yeah, if you just want to tag yourself and put the time in there, hey, more power to you. But we got new stuff, old stuff, stuff that, yeah, it's still a little bit of a surprise to see it here, but that's alright. I love pretty much everything. This line you saw right there, and you'll probably see again, that is the line for merch, which was absolutely ridiculous. Thank goodness I was able to more about that on the day one video, but yeah, I didn't have to wait in the line, I'll just put it that way. Now this is something unique. I never quite figured out what it was, and then this guy with a Camaro, he was having everybody sign his trunk lid. I love that truck, by the way. And also he was on Twitch. I'm not real familiar with what Twitch is. I'll have to look it up. I'll have to find out what his username and all is, but nonetheless, he was a real friendly guy. He gave me a shout out. I thank him for that. And Like, so I'll try to find out what his name was, put it down in the description, and check out his Twitch. Alright, walking around, see more and more. It's actually kind of overwhelming, and even when I look back at it, it's still overwhelming. Got Challengers. I love those Chevy trucks. That's one of the few vehicles that I like that's been made in the last 20 years. We got Boattail and a GTO and 57. There'll be a Suburban, Tri-5 Chevelles. So your usual car show suspects, but you're also getting some stuff in here that you don't normally see, like this 4-door here. A lot of people look down on 4-doors. I love them. A lot of times you can get the same car at a discounted price just by getting a 4-door. We got 62, got Marlin here. My friend Patrick, if you watching this, I thought you'd like this thing. Police car, W30 Cutlass. Let's see them often. At least not of that body style. And that red car, I think that's a Nash, but I couldn't be sure. And down here, I was drawn into this Volare Roadrunner thingy. I've got a strange affection for those cars. Wouldn't mind having one, but anyway. That's what it is. Got a little truck here. I can't remember if this is Elmo or not, but a little friendly fella. Station wagons. Saw quite a few station wagons. The guy with that wagon, he was a real friendly fella. You watch my channel, you know how much I like stack headlight vehicles, Galaxies. Yeah, El Caminos and Corvettes and Impalas. I think I saw a first gen Ram. Yes, I did. Ooh, is that dually? I believe so. OBS Chevy. I love those 53 Chevys. At least I think I was a 53. Correct me if I'm wrong. Square bodies. God, I wish I picked up about 50 of them 10 years ago. I'd be rich. Oh, I love this Camaro here. Kind of got the old 70s vibe to it. Love it. We'll get back to Richard Petty here in a second. Let's see this parked around. Alright, here's the old King Richard. Alright, they've done a pretty good job making this really look like a race car. It's got the roll cage valleys and the inner headlights. It's got the bars on the windshield. We're gonna go around and look at the back here in a second. Somebody leaving. Alright, now what's he doing for taillights? If you look close, you see those two STP logo ovals. They are the taillights and signal lights. That's a really cool vehicle. On the way down, it passed a gas station where it stopped at, and I hollered out, "Richard Petty, Richard Petty!" Still flying in. SS Monte Carlo. I love those cars. Love those cars. And this is a beautiful example of one. Camaros, more Chevy trucks. I really like the 81, 82 grills. And the round headlights are my favorite square bodies. Got all kinds of stuff here.
This Grumman van, that was something else. I think the guy was using it as a motorhome too, which is a great idea on Power Tour. Save on some hotels, but I like the different and unique. You'll probably hear me say that about 78 times throughout the rest of these videos, but this definitely was. It kind of deserved its own thing. Now, a lot of these GM wagons out here, and I love this green on green car. Beautiful machine here. Falcon wagon and this Caprice wagon coming in. My uncle had a Pontiac version, but it was that same color scheme. This one's Matt Hizzle's Golf, but I had an opportunity to get that thing back in '05, and I just didn't know what to do with the thing. I didn't have the foresight that I do now. I'd have loved to have kept it, but oh well. I like how that guy did the rear gas tank. I'm always looking for ideas on these trucks because, well, I got about 71 to do. So, I like the way he does gauges. Got a square body. Love that paint job. That's actually very similar to the paint job I'm thinking of putting on my 80 Dodge. And this OBS Ford up here, I like that blue and white paint job too. I want to do the blue and white on that truck, but I just don't quite know how I want to do it. That's an interesting way to do a PT Cruiser. I like that. Got Le Mans here. Most people got them all done up like GTOs. I always enjoyed seeing Tempest on Le Mans. And I love 4th Gen Novas. That's like top of the list of things I'll have. And a Grand National, they're beautiful cars. I always kind of like this color combination on these trucks. I like the yellow and white on the square bodies. I like the orange and white on whatever you call these. I just think they're cool. Now this car, we'll see it a few times throughout the videos, day 1, day 2, and so on. But that bronze in there really is shiny metallic. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera or not, but it's really neat. Chevy 2 wagon, Ford Lightning. It's a neat truck there. Ooh, Fairlane. Another 4th Gen Nova. God, I love those things. Another Impala. Got a guy towing a camper with an old truck. I thought that was neat. And here we have a Mercury M100. Similar to the Ford F100, but was only sold in the Canadian markets. And I've heard of them, I've seen pictures. This is the first, and to this point, only M100 that I've ever seen in person. And I do like it. I would very much like to have one of these down here in the States. But I find that very unlikely to happen. But this is a beautiful truck. Beautiful truck even if it was your run-of-the-mill F100. But the fact that it's the Mercury M100, that's the icing on the cake. I like the way the guy's got his stacks and all on this truck. I know some people don't like rat rods. It took me a little while to come around myself, but I really appreciate the ingenuity and creativity that goes into them. That's something I really enjoy. And also, heck, it's a way to save some vehicles that would otherwise be considered too far gone. I mean, come on, we're saving some things from the crusher when we're doing some rat rods. So I've really come around to it. My 71 kind of qualifies. So had I not done that, that truck would definitely have been crusher bound. Alright, at this point you notice there's a little funny shenanigans going on with the border of the video. That is because I am trying out the stabilization stuff the software does. And I'm not the craziest about it, but I figure I'd give it a try and let y'all decide. I didn't realize videos were as shaky as they were till after Power Tour was over, so the next video is coming up. I really would appreciate y'all's feedback on whether you like this or me just doing it kind of the raw way. Hopefully at some point I'll realize I don't have a camera microphone plugged in properly and you don't have to listen to me talk over it. But anyway, we got this thing was called a truck sting. It's kind of a Ranchero or El Camino. Reminds me actually more of Dodge Rampage, but nonetheless it's a Fox body Mustang truck, blue square body, Tri-5 wagon. I think I've seen some of these before. Whoa, you know, this is almost making me want puke, so too much. But yeah, I've got some learning to do when it comes to filming and walking around. I definitely want to get better at that. Love the paint scheme on this truck. Just absolutely knocked it out of the park, whoever painted and designed this truck. And did I mention I like stack headlight vehicles, Pontiacs, Galaxies? Was seeing some Monza's H-bodies out here. There are actually quite a few on Power Tour, and they were kind of a treat to see because that's something I don't see hardly at all around home. And this Malibu here, I saw this a lot during tour. I love that car. It's so many beautiful cars, so much creativity. Yeah, I wish the footage would be a little better, but it is what it is. Now this truck reminded me of my 71, even though it's a 67, but I really like the scheme on it. It's a pretty truck. Can't wait to get my 71 out. If everything goes as planned, that truck will be my 2025 Power Tour truck. I think 24 may be a little ambitious for it, but. Alright, so now we're leaving the venue, and like that Mark 7 you just saw drive by, there are vehicles everywhere. So I'm going to let y'all ride with me to my next stop and just kind of soak up some of the sights. Now, I am going to just cut out some of the regular street running where you can't really see anything. I'm just going to kind of show you some highlights. On to the next destination. Good? Alright, so we have traveled down to the Summit Racing in McDonough, Georgia. Probably about 10 miles from the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and a lot of the Power Tour cars are here. And Summit has rolled out the red carpet for everybody. Ooh, I love this Oldsmobile, the green on green. And this belongs to Rusted Up Garage on YouTube. So go ahead and like and subscribe to his channel. Like and subscribe to my channel. Do it for both of us because it would help both me and him a lot. Us small-time YouTubers, we need all the help we can get because yeah, that algorithm that recommends stuff just does not work in your favor when you're a little guy. Congratulations to the big fellas like Vice Grip and Junkyard Digs that have broken out. There's a lot of good creators that are also buried under that algorithm. So, yeah, if you see a video out there that's car related, please like and subscribe. It's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. But anyway, enough of that. I love these trucks that I'm showing y'all. Especially like the old dent side Fords. There's just something about them that, I don't know, they're cool. And this truck, this thing is so shiny, but this is just a beautiful machine right here. Well executed. And Galaxies, got a friend Ben, he's got a 66. In fact, I revived it on the channel for him. And then this truck here, I believe it's the 72 bump side. I love the way that they got the natural patina preserved on it. He told me it was clear coated. And Galaxies, I love all Galaxies. 63 is great. We got a vendor. One of the mid-engine Corvettes. Got some fellas that found a nice shady spot in the back. Like I said, there's GM wagons everywhere. We got Mopars and Mustangs. And there's my truck. And over here we have that Volare Duster thing again. Little Chevy truck. Fairlane. Square body. Like I said, this GM wagon's hot. Ford truck, Chevy truck. And that's got quite the setup on it. Chevy short bid. I probably already said it, but I do prefer a long bid, but I'm in the minority on this one. Just means I get trucks cheaper. There's that M100 again. Alright, square bodies, more Chevy trucks. Looks like we're making some upgrades to this Chevy 2 here. Another Chevy truck. And there's imports out here too, and Fieros. I see more Fieros here than I really ever recall seeing. Nissan GTR, those things are fast. Don't see them often. And I do like this blue square body long bed here. This is my flavor. I like that grille. I pretty much like everything about those trucks. This one, like that one too. But I like the two-wheel drives, the way they sit down. Again, it gets me cheaper trucks. Impala, Jeep, Mustang, another Mustang, some Camaros, Challengers, Grand National, and Fox Body. I kind of like that one a little bit. I'm not the biggest Fox Body fan, but I certainly don't hate them. Just, we all have our taste. Another one of those GM wagons. Oh, a Dodge Demon. I do love a Duster. And I tend to forget about the Demons, which is kind of sad because the Demon is pretty much a Duster, but much more unique. And we have a GTO in my truck. Lots of Chevys. I like that four-door Impala thing, but this right here, I could not figure out what it was. At first I thought it was a Nissan, but then I noticed the front said Dodge. So I kept looking for badging. Couldn't find anything. So I finally just asked the owner. Told me it was a Dodge Colt. Now I may or may not remember seeing these things around in the 80s, but I was far too young to really know what I was looking at. And so this was really one of the more unique vehicles on Power Tour just because you don't see Dodge Colts. And while I'm mainly an American vehicle person, I do like the mini trucks imports. Mazda being my favorite, but that Nissan was cool. I like that Ford truck, even so, and a few more imports around here. And that Ford truck with that old style camper shell, that's just neat. And vets, and I think we call those fat fender Fords. Whatever, they're cool. Old Monte Carlo, I love looking at the fan shrouds on those things because they look like a wind tunnel for so long. This Malibu, huh? I just have a thing for these Malibus. I like the Laguna version too. That was very tastefully done. They're my friends in the station wagon. I wish I had gotten their names because they were just such friendly people. Salt of the earth type people. We need more of them around. Little S10 there, about my favorite of the S10s. A Nova. And a wasp face truck and another bullnose. There are a few bullnoses on Power Tour. This is one of them, and I left a little present for him. Fairlane. Oldsmobile 68 Olds, and this style Monte Carlo. You don't see them a whole lot. Then these are some of the most beautiful cars ever made. Definitely best looking car made in the 80s. And what have we here? Malibu Chevelle, an Oldsmobile wagon. This thing is just pretty neat. You don't see these often. Another F-body Camaro. And I about figured out how I get the microphone working, so you won't have to hear me much longer, but I do like this Chevy truck, the blue one.
Alright, it made me walk down here. That thing's at 460 off. but not a whole lot of money in the store. Came out of that pretty good. But things out here in the parking lot have changed. So I'm going to do my walk around, then I'm going to go to my hotel and get a shower and then something to eat. I did get a lock off plate because I'm running that electric fuel pump. I may try to get that on this evening.
I saw your name on my car.
Guess this is the green Chevy line of GMC. Nothing wrong with that. Track. I tell you, this blue Chevelle here, I don't know the name of the fella that's driving it or owns it, but I want to give him a big shout out. I'm at the Summit Racing, cruising, lots of great cars, but I was at the far end of a parking lot and the bottom fell out. And as I'm coming running back, because I got all my windows open, I see my door open. I'm like, who in the world is in my truck? Come to find out, it's a guy rolling my windows up for me. So, buddy, I do appreciate it. Don't know your name, but I like you.
Well, one thing I did forget to pack was socks. So I went to the Walmart to pick some up, and I found these vehicles in the parking lot. Pretty neat.
This is the hotel parking lot car show. That's interesting. Martin Kia. Beautiful Grand National. Malibu wagon. Roadmaster. Chrysler Imperial. Just plain Imperial, I'm not sure, but no, I entirely understand that. Do I need to? No. Trailer back here. Thank y'all for watching this episode of Two Lamps Garage. Again, I do profusely apologize for the audio difficulties that we're encountering on this video and the shakiness. This is a little different from what I've been accustomed to doing, so I'm still kind of learning. But anyway, the trip down there was some eventfulness to it, and the registration. I mean, there are a ton of cars just down there, and Power Tour hadn't even started yet. But anyway, more videos coming out soon of following days, day 1, day 2, so on and so forth of Power Tour. And until then, take care of yourself, take care of each other, take care of your pups, take care of your projects. God bless. I'll see you again